Hello, it's Brendan from techbuzzireland. Today we have the GAOMON pen display PD1161. And I suppose in essence, what is it as such? And it's, I suppose in essence, it's a drawing tablet that you can actually use, which is compatible with Mac and obviously PC. But GAOMON actually been around since about 2011. So it's been around a while with sales offices in about 50 countries and regions. So they have a little bit of experience in this particular area there. And what do you actually get? Box looks quite nice there at the moment. Draw the world, giving you a very good clear. It comes with a pen. Obviously the pen is no battery on it. Turned over the box. And I suppose most people would be interested in straight away is the spec itself. Dimensions, we won't go too much into that because 11.6 inch, that might make 11.6 inch, might give an idea of the area itself. Resolution 1920 by 1080. It's actually very good for the size of it there at the moment, so I certainly would be quite happy with that on that. Going down to a lot of 8 customizable keys, quite handy for actually using there at the moment, giving you thing, tells you the pressure sensor and the other details, which is just general information. Very interesting on this particular one there, it's got the energy using. Normally with your mobile phone, nobody cares about the energy, nobody cares about your laptop or your monitors because really small ones you wouldn't worry of. With your TV, which is on, with your washing machine, your fridge, you will actually always measure. But interesting to see that, this particular energy rating on it. Can't complain whatsoever. In reality, it's not going to use a huge amount from electricity point of view. So we're moving on to more importantly what's actually. So this is the box itself, and what are you actually getting? I suppose in essence the main thing you're looking towards is the unit itself, and this is the tablet. First thing we'll notice is the 8 programmable keys here at the moment, and on the side we've got 5 additional buttons here as well, so that gives us quite of an idea of what's actually doing. Feels strong there at the moment. Little mouse mat, little mats here at the moment give a little bit of protection, and obviously the details on the back. Graphics pen display there. So overall, I can see it kind of feels sturdy. There is a few marks that you can kind of see me there at the moment. My hand's been printed. I have been using this a bit, so you might find my hand is little smudges there at the moment. They're not too bad. Obviously it can be programmed left or right, so it's right hand or the left, don't worry whatsoever about that. What does it actually come with? And I'll just start with the power. The ideas, the instructions on the use itself. Comes with manual, which is standard enough. Quick start guide. It tells you the buttons there at the moment, short key buttons. Comes with your pen tip things and your nibs there at the moment. The cabling, not crazy on the cabling which it comes with, very much because it looks like a maze of wires. What I mean by that is power comes with it, plug it directly into here. You got into your laptop, USB, and the HDMI card goes in. So there's 3 cables going in there. Similarly, into the tablet itself, you've got the USB and a mini HDMI. So a lot of cables going in. Does it really matter? Just a nuisance having to carry it around, and it's just a lot of cables. It is easy to use, and that's just my own little nickel there at the moment. Lots of cables there. Continuing on, the unit itself, it gives you the different types of the auto, the menu, so you can actually touch the power buttons. So these are available on the side, and you can see the side buttons there for the power menus, and they're fairly standard enough there for using that. Quite nice touch. Obviously it comes with a pen, and the pen itself, no batteries, things there. People say, does it come with nibs? Yeah, there's a load of spare ones in here as well, so you can just chop and change it, and they're quite handy because it's there to use it. And it comes along and it's got the warranty card. Warranty card, disappointing, it's only got a 1-year warranty, but that's it. And that's the overall. I suppose one of the first things you would do is when you're connecting to your laptop is you download the software, and what they've actually done is they've put it, given the details. Software download is standard. Just download it, run it, and you can go and configure it, and we'll set that up in a few months regarding calibrations, etc. on the unit itself. And what we'll do is now is connect it up. We've just plugged it in. In essence, we've just basically connected all the wires directly from there to a standard Windows laptop. The software has been downloaded directly from this particular website, ganon.net.download. So you just pick the model itself and download it. In essence, it comes up here at the moment on those details, and you can see all the different functionalities there. What you will see is, you can go, first thing probably want to do is, once you play with it for a few minutes, is calibrate it. And all the calibration really involves is touching the dots and moving it there, putting the green dots and touching it. I'm doing this quickly so I'll just give it an idea, and that's actually calibrated there. That gives you an idea straight away what's in use. Next thing I suppose is doing is, you go back over to the express keys, and you can move the mouse around, so it'll actually, this is the equivalent of having the mouse itself. Come back to the express keys, and we can actually go around and move it, and we can kind of see the different functionalities. It can be actually used as a mouse, the key part itself. Within the settings themselves, you can actually go into the keyboard, just use shortcuts. You can configure them as required. So in other words, keypad shortcut, mouse key, switch functions, multimedia, short, high, launch. You can actually configure them as shortcuts itself to what you're actually doing. Moving up to the pen, as mentioned, the pen itself is wireless. One of the things is to do is pressure tests. Is that Bluetooth? Sorry, connected. So you can actually do a pressure test just to see your own hands and see what will actually come back. When you squiggle it there, and it just allow it to actually configure, say what is actually working, etc. And that's just your, I suppose, your initial setup. You're setting it up to play with it, just getting used to the unit itself. On the software itself as well, you can go to backup, and you can use the device, what's the firmware, and it tells you about the information itself, and it's just general. So go back to it, I suppose, in essence, why are we doing all this? And I suppose in essence what you really want to do is, I'm going to say draw, and that's the whole purpose of it. What we've actually done here is, when it's connected to the laptop, I just took a screenshot of something we on the screen itself, and now I can actually draw and edit. Obviously you can start from scratch, and it's a very basic editor I'm using here at the moment. Is there one thing I hadn't mentioned is, within the laptop itself is dual screen, so you can actually chop and change, so you can have it both on the same screen on the laptop and there, or as you would normally do is via personalizing via your laptop, you can have two different things on the screens, and that's just give you an idea of the multifunctional use of on there. So as any standard tablet, you'd be just drawing here at the moment, so you can just basically highlight certain features and you can draw. And if you decide if I decide I want to draw something clearly, and I'm just drawing here on the screen resolution, and I want to magnify it. So what I can now do is I can move around and zoom in on the relevant area there at the moment. And what you can see is I can now very delicately cut it out. Okay. And just found this in, just I'm not being too tidy here, but just the idea of it there. So because I've magnified it, I can now see it looks a fairly tidy drawing that I've actually done on the so you can zoom in, you can go in and you can edit it there at the moment, and then your drawing style depending on the software you're using, because specific software. This is actually mentioned for, it did mention the word beginner for example on there, and it's more advanced. What I really do like about it is I can see the display. I've often used some of these tablets before where there's no display, you can't actually see what you're working on. So in essence, when you're drawing here at the moment, I can physically see I've gone overboard, I've not. Where what you're doing is you're looking at this and you're watching a monitor above it there at the moment. It's nice to see everything there. It's dual purpose in the sense that I can have it connect to my laptop and see both areas what I'm actually doing, which is quite nice. So there's lots of flexibility on that. Very good. The pen is actually quite sensitive. What I did earlier on deliberately when I was starting, I calibrated. Now when I wasn't watching, I calibrated incorrectly. So what you could see is when I put my dot there, it was coming over there, so I had to just recalibrate to do it correctly day one. Once you do it, so if you find this a little bit out, you can just calibrate it to your size. As far as the touch sensitivity is, you can calibrate that. So if you've got big, heavy hands, you can actually set it to what you're actually doing yourself. Consistency using it there at the moment is there. And you can blend hours and hours going to it. Obviously, once you do it there, you just save your drawings as normal and it's there. It's quite good. And this has only been used on the Windows PC, which is quite good. Spare nips is very good. Disappointing on the warranty, 1 year. As a niggle to me, all the cables is just lots of cables, etc. can be a pain. Physically, the quality of the unit seems quite thin. It is reasonably heavy, but not too much. It doesn't come with any case or carry case, so if you were trying to, example, take it into an office, take it to college, for example, is probably a suggestion would be get a case for it there at the moment to actually use it itself. As regarding the use and functionalities, there's lots of functionalities that you can use. It is compatible with an awful lot of main software, so you might take main brands that you painting software can be used to actually generate this, so it's designed compatible with that, which is quite good. And that's the GAOMON pen display PD1161. It does actually mention a couple of other things on the box, but it's nice to see the box in the back with giving all the instructions there at the moment. The unslipped is quite good. You can also put it as a tilt as well, so some you can't actually tilt them up. This one is designed that you can actually tilt it and use it there at the moment. And thank you for watching techbuzzireland. GAOMON pen display PD1161. Thank you.